Hey everybody, it's Troy Z, the most trusted name in custom orthotics. Today we're going to talk about best feet and orthotics. With all the choices on the market, what orthotics are right for you? Which one should you buy? Which one is best for the type of pain that you're dealing with? We're going to cover all the do's and don'ts when it comes down to buying the right orthotics. So before we start talking about orthotic insoles or the right cushion or the right type of shoe, let's talk a little bit about the human foot. So what I have here is a 3D model of the human foot, and you can see it's very complex. There's a lot of muscles, bones, ligaments, and tendons that hold the human foot together. And what's most important when you're buying orthotics is that you have an orthotic that's fit to your foot specifically. Shoe size and arch length are two different measurements. So I could have 5 people with a size 12 shoe, for example. They could all have different arch lengths, which is the measurement from here to here. So if you want an orthotic to perform properly and you want it to function like it should and relieve pain and align the body, it needs to be fit properly to your feet, not to anyone's feet. And what you're going to notice when you buy orthotics from the drugstore, the grocery store, or wherever you may find them these days, most of those orthotics are fit to your shoe size. But keep in mind, shoe size and arch length are not the same measurements. And if the orthotic is not fit to you, it'll never perform the way you want it to perform. And I think that's why a lot of our customers are always telling us, Troy, I've tried orthotics. I tried that orthotic. I had one made. They molded it to my foot, Troy. It didn't work. I couldn't wear it in all my shoes. And those are all things that we hear from our customers on a daily basis. So we're here to tell you that Best Feet has a product. It's not just designed to fit your shoe size, is designed to fit your arch length, your foot specifically. What does an orthotic do? A real orthotic, one that is more on the corrective side. Now, I'm not talking about the soft cushions. I'm talking about an actual orthotic that's fit to your foot, is designed to balance your foundation. So look at it like this. Your feet are your foundation, and if your feet are balanced and aligned, that helps align your whole body. Not just your feet, your knees, your hips, your back, and your neck. So a lot of people come here not just for foot pain, but they come to Best Feet for ankles, knees, hips, back, neck pain. Sometimes it's posture problems or even balance. And these are all things that can be contributed to a misaligned foot or a foot that's not in the right position. So as you can see in front of me, I have different types of orthotics. I have custom molded orthotics. I have a couple pair of those that customers left with me. I've got more or less your store-bought type of orthotics that tend to be made out of a gel or a foam material. Now, one nice thing about these orthotics is they're immediately comfortable. You put them in, you're like, man, I'm onto something. This is it. I think I'm going to feel good. I'm going to get relief. That lasts about an hour if you're lucky, right? And they wear down right away. Our feet are small, but they hold up all of our body's weight. So if they're not supported properly, or you put a soft cushion or some gel foam under the foot, it might feel good right away. However, that support is still not existing. You don't have the right arch support to fit your feet, to balance the foot properly. And if the foot's not balanced, let's say you have a flat foot and you're pronating inward, or you have a really high arch and maybe your foot's rolling out. You got to keep in mind, our joints in our body are designed to move like this. Our knees, our hips, our back, they're not designed to move in and out. So we need to stabilize our feet being our foundation. That helps align the body. And that doesn't just take care of foot pain, but that also takes care of knee, hip, and back pain. It even improves your posture, so you're able to stand straighter, and affects your balance. So we get a lot of customers that come in looking for better balance or ways to improve their stability. And we're able to do that with the Best Feet product. So as you can see in front of me with these different types of orthotics, I'm going to take the human foot. This orthotic is fit to this arch length of this foot. These orthotics are generically fit or generically sized, like you would buy at the drugstore. So if you want the foot to be balanced, the orthotic has to fit the foot properly like we previously discussed. So let's see what happens when we set this 3D model of the human foot on these other types of orthotics. Now, these are orthotics that were custom molded or prefabricated and store-bought. The one thing you got to realize about orthotics and about the arches in our feet is we don't just have one arch. There's actually 4 arches in every foot. There's the inner arch, the outer arch. There is a arch by the heel, which is the transverse arch, and then a metatarsal arch. And if you want the foot to be supported properly, you have to support all the arches in the feet. It would kind of be like supporting one part of the foundation on your house with concrete and putting the rest on a pillow. It's not going to give your house the stable foundation that it needs. So let's see what happens when we take this human foot and set it on top of these types of orthotics. Remember, the orthotics is designed to stabilize the foot. Okay, keep in mind all three of these orthotics, these you could all have prescribed. You could have these molded to your feet. These are orthotics that were molded by a podiatrist for one of my clients. So were these. And they decided to leave these with me because they didn't see the benefit that they saw with the Best Feet product. And let me show you why. So you'll notice that the Best Feet orthotics, they look a lot different than your store-bought orthotics, or most of the orthotics that anyone has probably seen. These orthotics were designed by a foot specialist, a foot doctor. They were designed to not just to give the foot some cushion, to give it a little support. They were actually designed to put the foot back into the proper foot alignment, similar to what braces do for your teeth. You put your braces on your teeth, they help align your teeth and straighten your teeth. That's what the Best Feet product does for your feet. So let's see what happens when we take that same 3D model of the human foot and set it on the Best Feet orthotic. And keep in mind, we're stabilizing the foot with orthotics. So as you can see, the foot doesn't rotate in or out. The orthotic is designed to align and stabilize and balance the foot and put the foot in a neutral position. When the foot is neutral and is not pronating or supinating outward, that helps align your ankles, your knees, your hips, your back, your neck. And when you balance the foot and the support is distributed through the arches of the feet, it takes the pressure off. And what pressure are we talking about? The pressure on your heel. Maybe you have plantar fasciitis or heel spurs. The pressure on the ball of your foot and your toes, this part of the foot. Some people develop bunions, the growth on the side of the foot. Some people develop hammer toes, where the toes don't lay flat and they're hammered. That's what a hammer toe would look like. So these are the types of foot conditions that we see here all the time. And again, supporting all four of the arches, aligning the foot and balancing the foundation to our body will align the entire body head to toe. All right, so next topic. A lot of our customers want to know, will one pair of orthotics work for all of my shoes? And the answer is, if you wore the same pair of shoes every day and you didn't change shoe styles, and you didn't wear different, not just different styles of shoes, but different fits of shoes. Some may be tighter, some may be more narrow than others. If we wore the same shoe every day, we could get away with one orthotic. But most people don't wear the same shoe every day. You might wear one shoe for work, a Western boot, slide sandal, flats. A lot of ladies like to wear flats or even heels. And yes, we have orthotics that work in flats and heels because that's the biggest complaint that people have about orthotics. They don't fit in my shoes. They take up too much space. You should not have to go out and buy a shoe 3 times bigger than your foot in order to accommodate your orthotic. If you're having to do that, the foot's not stable. Even if the orthotic stabilizes the foot, if the shoe's too big and it allows the foot to move too much, which is why it's important to have a shoe fit properly, the right size, the right length, the right width for your foot specifically, the orthotic can't do its job. So if you have these types of pains we've been discussing, whether it's foot pain, ankles, knees, hips, or back, and you want to get relief continuously, you have to wear orthotics all the time. It's indefinite, just like eyeglasses. If you have bad eyes and you need your glasses to help you see or read, you got to wear them. If you don't have your orthotics on, they're not going to help balance your feet and they're not going to help relieve pain. So if you want to be able to wear different shoe styles, if you want to wear sandals, if you want to wear flats, if you want to wear dress shoes, work shoes, and you switch between shoes on a regular basis like most people do, you need different types of orthotics. So at Best Feet, we have a system of orthotics. It's not just one. We have 3 styles of orthotics. They're all designed for different functions. Some are built for working, standing, sitting, and all-day walking. Others are built for play. They're more flexible. They're designed to absorb impact for, like, say, exercising or sports or running, okay? And others are very thin. The thinnest orthotics that we have will fit into flats. They'll fit into sandals. They'll fit into a lot of wedges, backless shoes, and even high heels. So you're not limited. You don't have to stop wearing the shoes that you love to be able to get the support and the relief that you deserve. All you got to do is have the orthotic that's fit to your feet and make sure that it works in the shoes that you want to wear. All right, so let's talk a little bit about shoes. Is the right shoe important? It's crucial. Shoes do a couple things. They protect our feet. They give us a certain style that we're looking for. And that style is what most people buy shoes for. Most people shop for shoes based on the way they look, the color. It's not about the fit or how it fits your foot. If it fits your foot properly, a lot of times we don't even know. We're just not educated and we don't know what to look for when we're out buying shoes. What type of shoe should I buy? And unfortunately, there's a lot of companies out here that make great shoes but have a really bad name. Because people go to buy a shoe and they're looking for pain relief. They're looking to relieve pain in their feet, their knees, their hips, their back. And then they buy a shoe and it feels really good at first. But at the end of a long day, at the end of a long work week, we're still in pain. We're still suffering. Maybe it was a little bit better than it was, but it's definitely not the result that you intended on, especially when you went and spent a couple $100s on a pair of shoes. And I have a lot of customers that come in after buying pair after pair after pair. Troy, I tried New Balance, I tried Hoka, I tried Asics, Brooks. I heard they were good shoes. You know, my doctor told me to go buy New Balance. And then they come in wearing the wrong New Balance. What I mean by that is our feet are, everyone has a different foot, we know that. And there are shoes built for certain types of feet. So if you have a flat foot and you pronate inward, there's something called a motion control or stability control shoe that's designed for pronation. If you have a high arch and you roll out, yes, you still need orthotics. The shoe will help stabilize supination. So there's different types of categories of shoes, which is important. And then two, there's different last shapes. What is a last? A last is the shape of the bottom of the shoe. This is what we want to fit your foot. If the shape of the last fits the shape of your foot, it's going to be the most comfortable shoe as long as we have the right width and the right length. So the better the shoe fits your foot, the more successful the Best Feet Orthotics will be at relieving pain. And the more successful the shoe will be at stabilizing your foot. So if you've gone out there and you've bought all these expensive shoes, and you say, you know, I've tried them all. You know, my doctor recommended I get these shoes. My therapist recommended I get these shoes. They weren't wrong. I think where most people are wrong is that they don't tell you what type of shoe to buy. You know, you have this type of foot. You should consider buying this type of shoe. Did you know that shoes come in different widths? There's something called a narrow, a 2A, a quad A, up to a 6 wide, and anywhere in between. So you have to make sure that the shoe not only fits the length of your foot, the style of your foot or shape of your foot, but the width is very important. If the shoe doesn't fit properly, it'll never function properly. All right, well, just to kind of wrap things up, I appreciate everyone joining me, and I hope I answered you know, a lot of your questions or maybe concerns about orthotics. I think we all realize orthotics do work. They work, trust me. It comes down to making sure you have the right orthotic. I think we know that in the right shoe, and everything that we talked about today is all part of that. So if you need help, if you're looking for a solution, if you're suffering and you're in pain, foot pain, ankle pain, knee, hip, back pain, balance, posture, any of those concerns that you might have, we have 2 locations in San Antonio. We have 1 location in Schertz. We have 1 location in Round Rock, and our affiliate just opened in Milton, Georgia. So we have 5 locations where we're able to help you. If you have any questions or concerns, you can give us a phone call, 210-960-FOOT. You can visit us online at bestfeetusa.com. And I'm actually excited to hear some feedback. If you have questions, if you have comments, if you have concerns, go ahead and leave a comment below. And make sure you stay tuned to our next video. One of the things that we're going to be discussing, which is one of our other partnerships, is our back joint posture seat. Like I said, we're not just about orthotics. We're about the right orthotic, the right type of shoe, anything to do with joint pain. So our posture seats, which we're going to discuss on our next video, are great for when you're sitting. And they help align your hips and your back to reduce hip and back pain. So stay tuned for our next video so we can discuss that. And I appreciate everyone joining me again. Like, subscribe, and comment down in the bottom of our comment feed. That didn't sound right.